What if FIFA forced every PSL club to play one homegrown under 21 player for the full 90 minutes every single game? No early subs, no excuses. Would that save South African football or destroy competition? Not just South African football, but all the leagues worldwide. Hello, football addicts. Welcome back to Let's Talk Football. Bitolaga Kitato Toteti, otherwise known as Titi, the former attacking midfielder of Hellenic and Abad Ulusi African Wanderers. And today we are talking about one of the most controversial football proposals FIFA is discussing right now. And honestly, this could completely change the PSL. The proposal is simple. FIFA wants every professional club in the world, including all Premier Soccer League teams, to have at least one homegrown under 21 player on the pitch at all times. Not on the bench, not for 10 minutes, for the full 90 minutes. That means every club must trust and develop at least one locally produced young player for every single match. Now, that is a massive change. So, honestly, I understand why. Leagues like about ABC Motsipo obviously wouldn't necessarily be affected because they've already implemented this. Because too many clubs do talk about youth development, but when match day comes, they choose experience at all times. Young players train with the first team, they take pictures, they sit on the bench and just disappear. Very few are truly trusted, to be quite honest. And this rule will force clubs to stop talking and start acting. And maybe that's exactly what football needs, to be quite honest. I mean, look, let's talk about the positive side first. South Africa has talent, a lot of talent. And every season we see incredible youngsters coming through our academies way too. But many of them never get enough first team minutes. Why? That's a big question because coaches fear pressure, management fear pressure, and they choose senior players at all times. This FIFA rule for me changes that. It will completely change that. Now clubs must give young players a real opportunity and just trust them. And trust me in this, development happens faster in real matches than in reserve football. You learn more in one big PSL game than in 10 training sessions, And this rule will also force clubs to invest more seriously in the academies. Yes, our reserve league is doing well. We do see young players coming in. I don't think that will affect big teams, Gakulu. Maybe teams that might get affected are teams that are struggling there at the bottom and in the middle. But I'm a team like about TX Galaxy. I don't think that they will struggle because it's already there. They've implemented that, even though they do go to some teams and stuff like that. But that will mean that now teams like about TX Galaxy will now have to focus on their own. Because if you must play a homegrown under 21 player every week, your academy becomes your biggest weapon, to be quite honest. That means better scouting, better youth coaching, better long-term planning. Instead of signing older players every transfer window, hoping for quick fixes, that will help the entire football system. And I think the most benefit will go to national teams, to be quite honest. Let's be honest here. Some clubs do hold on to senior players for quite too long. Not because they still are the best, but because clubs are scared to trust youth players. And sometimes hunger beats experience, to be quite honest. Young players do bring that energy in the team. They bring that fearlessness, the desire to prove themselves. Hugo Bros on his interview 2 days ago, Hugo Robert, he mentioned this, and football does need a balance, not just the experience. And I think FIFA, by just including one player, it's good. It's not like they're saying half of the team. Now, let's be fair here. Even though there's a problem, this rule also has risk, and a big risk. What if club simply doesn't have a ready under 21 player, then it becomes forced to play that player. You're not developing a talent, you're just ticking a box. And that can hurt both the team and the player as well, because imagine being 19 years old and the whole stadium knows you must play 90 minutes every week. That pressure can destroy confidence in a player. Development must still be protected. I think this is what Khalil Ben Youssef and coach TX Galaxy left mentioned. It must not be rushed. But we also need to check on who benefits most. Clubs like KAIZERCHIEFs, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Orlando Pirates will probably benefit more. Why? Because they already have strong academy system and resources within their structures. But smaller clubs, that could be difficult, to be quite honest, because development needs money, it needs facility, it needs coaching, it needs structures that are put in place that are proper, and not every club has that, to be quite honest. So for me, I support the idea with flexibility, maybe not full 90 minutes immediately, but a stronger requirement, absolutely. But because if we want better Bafana, more players in Europe and a strong PSL league, then EU development must stop being a slogan and just become a system. And I think the people that are going to benefit more are the associations, especially leagues like England, where they will fill 10 foreign players, But yeah, for me now, I do support it. But I want to hear from you. Should FIFA force PSL clubs to play under 21 players every game, or is it a bad idea? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.